The Toyota Yaris is very inexpensive to own, and it's very fuel efficient. Sounds like a slam dunk for a cheap set of wheels, right? No question the Yaris is fuel efficient. At 32 miles per gallon overall on our test, it's quite good. But you can get the same fuel efficiency in the much larger and much nicer Toyota Corolla. The Yaris would probably be better if it had something other than its antiquated 4-speed automatic. Most rivals use a CVT or have more gears. Performance is adequate at best. The engine works really hard to pull the Yaris around, making its loud engine noise very apparent throughout the cabin. This is not one of Toyota's typically refined powertrains. Lack of refinement is a constant theme with the Yaris. The ride is stiff and busy, and there's constant wind and road noise. Most cars in this class are not very quiet, but the Yaris is just loud. Handling is no great shakes either. Many small cars are zippy and fun to drive, but the Yaris' steering lacks feedback. Body roll builds up quickly, and the car bounces around a lot in corners. The Yaris is simply not fun to drive. Sitting in this car is no fun either, thanks to the lousy driving position. The controls you always interact with, the wheel and the pedals, are both poorly located. The steering wheel is right up against the dashboard. It doesn't telescope, so you need to drive with your arms stretched out. And the pedals are way too close to you. Plus, there's little room for your left foot to rest. That's something of a shame, because otherwise there's decent room inside the Yaris' cockpit. Looking around inside will remind you that you're driving the bottom of Toyota's food chain. The dashboard materials look particularly cheap, like a shiny child's toy. These fuzzy skirts on the front seats also look really crummy. Controls aren't complicated, but many aren't lighted at night, like the steering wheel remote buttons. The radio's a mess. It's styled to look like an aftermarket unit, but that's really not so cool anymore. The tiny and shiny buttons are small, they're hard to read, there's no tune knob, and the display is puny. The front seats are reasonably sized, but aren't particularly supportive. There's decent room in back, with good-sized doors aiding access. Cargo space is modest with the rear seats up, but folding them expands the space. Maybe the Yaris' many flaws could be forgiven if the car was really, really cheap. But it isn't. Our LE model costs over $17,000. For the same money, most of the competition is easy to live with and much nicer to drive.